Hello folks! Today I have 3 huge announcements. The first is that this channel just hit 3,000 subscribers. I never really thought I'd get this far, but I'm very glad that so many people are enjoying my railroad shenanigans, which brings me to the second announcement. You may notice that something looks slightly different about this room than the last time you saw it. Well, if you're worried I'm leaving the hobby and getting rid of all my trains, fear not. If I ever say that, you'll know I've been replaced by an imposter. What I am doing is picking up the entire operation and moving it 3,000 miles. For complicated family reasons, not only am I moving back to the United States, but this time it'll be the East Coast, specifically Massachusetts. This will be a big change, but in addition to having more room for model trains, I'll also be closer to a lot of interesting real trains. The Northeast was the birthplace of railroading in the United States, starting in 1827 with the opening of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Over the following decades, America's rail network expanded westward, but the Northeast always remained the central hub of activity. Later, as the 20th century dawned, the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New York Central perfected the art of the luxury passenger train, with iconic trains like the Broadway Limited and the Empire State Express. Even today, when passenger rail barely exists in most of the country, Amtrak's Northeast Corridor is still very much alive, running over 2,000 trains every day and serving commuters throughout the Northeast, from Maine to Washington, D.C. However, as a train enthusiast, there's far more to see in the Northeast than just Amtrak. The area is rich with preserved railroad history, from Maine 2-foot gauge to the legendary Strasburg Railroad in Pennsylvania. Our new house is only an hour's drive from the Conway Scenic Railroad in New Hampshire, a beautiful historic short line that operates a former Canadian National 060 steam locomotive. And it's not just full-size trains either. The Northeast has a thriving model railroad community and tons of hobby shops to support it. Interestingly, O-scale seems to be more popular there, while HO scale is more common on the West Coast. I've never really explored O-scale before, but I've been watching a lot of videos on it recently, and I'm very impressed with what it has to offer. And that brings me to my third huge announcement. Although I am taking the HO layout with me, I'll also be starting a new, even larger layout in O-scale. I'll have far more room in the new house for trains, so in addition to both the HO and O-scale layouts, I might also be able to fit a small N-scale layout in there somewhere, and I also plan to build a G-scale railroad in the backyard. Suffice to say, lots of exciting things are happening on the channel, so stay tuned. For now, please enjoy this footage of the last train ever to run on the Westport and Shelter Cove Railway in this location. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you soon from the new house.
You can't turn the tide. Let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide. You can bury yourself beneath the stones. Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. How the wind makes way across the fields. Let me take a breath. Let me be a part of some